Hi there, YouTube fam. Welcome to Dr. G Pediatrics, or Ask Dr. G, because the purpose of this channel is to let me help answer questions that are pretty common that pediatricians can run into, but more importantly for the parent to understand our minds as to why we are recommending what we're recommending for your child. That is super important for you to understand. I'm a mama bear. I know what it's like. So I sometimes get, in that doctor brain and I forget about the mom aspect of it. And I may say, oh yeah, you need to do this, this, and this. And a parent can just like, why? And so I realize that it is important to explain why we say or recommend what we say or recommend. So one of the questions that I have gotten quite a few times is, hey, Dr. G, Lola just fell off the bed. She was playing, jumping on the couch, and she fell on her leg. And I've watched it. She's been walking funny, kind of walking with the limp for the last couple of days. Does she need to get an x-ray or should we just watch it? Yes, we need an x-ray. And the reason for that are a couple of reasons. So this is like a 2 or 3 year old. Some 2 or 3 year olds can talk a lot and they can tell you exactly where something hurts. Others at this age may not be quite as verbose. So one, this is an age group where they may not be able to really communicate where they're experiencing pain. So that's going to be a reason to get an x-ray. Another reason is that you told me that your child is now walking funny or walking with a limp, which means, as we would say, their gait is abnormal or funky. They shouldn't still be walking with kind of that limp a few days after an injury. So that is a red flag to me that there's maybe something there that's still causing this child to walk with a limp. So that's another reason. The other reason why I would want that to be evaluated, because younger children are more likely to get a break or a fracture based off of a fall like that compared to an older child or teenager or adult. So there is a more likely that is a fracture or a break just from that type of fall or injury. And on top of that, a child is still growing. The bones are still growing. And there's something called a growth plate in the bone, which allows the bone to get longer. Sometimes, unfortunately, the break or fracture can be very close to that growth plate line, and that's important because then the specialists would need to get involved, the bone doctors, aka the orthopedists, to have a follow-up with that child to make sure that they're growing, healing correctly. See, doctors make mistakes too. They're healing correctly and having that close follow-up to make sure that there are no long-term consequences with growth in that bone. And then, with all of that, as a pediatrician, unfortunately, sometimes the story that we get may not be the story. And so you may tell me that there was a fall off the bed, but there may be, a babysitter or someone who was watching that child, and that might not have been what happened, unfortunately. And so sometimes there's certain injuries that are more prone to like a intentional harm versus an accidental fall. So that may also be an indication for your pediatrician to recommend x-rays or imaging. So I hope that makes sense and that helps. And so if you found this useful, please let me know. And I look forward to creating more content, answering more questions, and being able to just, keep you guys in the know of why we do what we do. Have an awesome day. Stay great. Till next time. Bye.